By the way, who's Roast Wounds? Roast Wounds, a channel. Bert Kreischer's alcoholism is out of control. Roast Wounds. Bert Kreischer's alcoholism is out of control. Let me get it up on the screen so you can see it. That's the title. That's the channel. Roast Wounds. Let's see what this video is about.
It's a stage because I can't not do them. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Or I'd be.
You can't not do them.
Joe, let's be candid.
Yeah, now you can.
Like people when I go out on the road, that for them that might be their party for the month.
Oh,
and so I get offered so many shots. I think it would blow you away. Like how many Fireball, how many just vodka shots get sent to the stage.
I love that. By the way, I love that justification. By the way, right? I love the justification for being a fucking alcoholic, saying that. But I have to drink. All these fans are gonna meet me, and they're gonna like that. Might be the only time they're gonna drink that year. I'm not gonna deny them opportunity to drink and not drink with me. I have to. He's almost like he's almost making it seem like it's a selfless act. I'm not drinking because I want to drink. I'm drinking for my fans. I'm not drinking. I'm not getting fucking smashed out of my face for my own enjoyment. I'm doing it because my fans want me to do it. Because it brings them enjoyment. Oh my God.
I'm drinking beers before the meeting at TBS. We go on a pitch at TBS. We have beers down at Claim Jumpers. I get an app at Claim Jumpers. I'm drinking beers in the meeting at TBS. I had 2 beers in the meeting at TBS.
What?
I had...
Stop. I did it. You know I did it. You know my lifestyle. You know that I always said, thank God that's not me. I work out every morning. I drink a lot of water. I'm the guy. Until one day, the doctor calls and he's like, he's not having a heart attack. His heart's clear, but he's got blood clots in his lungs. The guy just goes, yeah, you got blood clots in your lungs.
Don't listen to that.
You've always been perfect.
Dude, don't listen to that.
I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed. Drink to the point where you got blood clots in your lungs? Come on, man. We all like booze. We all like a good time. But I think drinking to the point where you got blood clot in your lungs, that's not acceptable. Drinking to the point where you got blood clots in your lungs. Like, come on, man. Booze can't be that good. Booze can't be that good.
My liver now is healthier than it's been in years, and I cannot wait to put a fucking dent in it.
That's real fuck. And you know what? I believe him, bro. Another person, I think, if it was anybody else that said this, I think they're rage baiting, right? If it was anybody else that said this, I think they're rage baiting. But I actually believe him. I believe that he is looking forward to that first drink after he gets the all clear from the doctors more than anything. He's probably doing this whole sobriety thing to kind of reset his body, to get rid of the fucking blood clots. But as soon as he gets the all clear from the doctors, I am really of the belief. I believe him 100% when he says that he's going to get fucking smashed out of his face. He's going to get absolutely smashed out of his face. I can definitely see it happening, which is really sad considering how good he looks. No homo. Bert actually looks like a human being now. Bert actually looks like a human. Let's just check his Instagram actually. Actually, let me open another tab because the computer's kind of slowing down a little bit. Let me go here. Bert actually looks like a human being. Bert Kreischer actually looks like a human being nowadays. So it's actually a shame that he's gonna throw all of that away for some booze. It's actually a real shame because he actually looks kind of decent now. Is that a recent one? Yeah, that's a recent one. Yeah, it looks a recent one there. Let's see stories.
Bertcast, there was a company named Viore, who was a podcast.
Yeah, you see, look, he still looks a little bit red, right? He's still a little bit red in the face because I guess that's what he's just got his skin condition. But body wise and his face shape, the size, it's definitely smaller. You can tell. Booze, man, booze is fucking brutal. Makes you look bloated. It fucks up your skin. Bad for your health. It eventually gives you fucking blood clots in your lungs. Brutal. But if you stop it, that's the thing with booze. If you stop drinking for a couple of weeks, you notice the changes straight away.
Sponsor, very generous. They sent over clothes. I like the clothes. Then I sold them in an outdoor shop. Today I saw them in Bloomingdale's, and I came home and I found this box because my bus burned down. They said, "Do you have anything comfortable?"
He's still talking about the bus burning down. He still took, and the bus didn't. By the way, he wasn't in it. He wasn't in the bus when the bus burned down. It broke already. The bus broke down. They abandoned it on the side of the highway. They got another bus, And then I guess in that time when they got another bus, it just randomly lit itself on fire, right? Something happened. But he acts like he was on the bus and ran off of it when it was on fire. They already were on another bus when that bus was on fire. Nothing to do with them whatsoever. Clever, really clever kind of spin on the story, though.
To wear when you fly to your bus and on your bus. And I said, I do not. Actually, I didn't say anything. They just sent me this. Their clothing is so soft. Leanne, get over here. Come hither. I will be flying tonight.
Yeah, look at that stomach. That's not a fucking booze fucking pregnancy stomach. That just looks like a regular, a regular dad bod stomach. A regular guy's stomach, right? Maybe a couple of burgers and whatnot. But the way he's looking before, that would look like a very... Because I think, for whatever reason, beer bellies... Is it because of the gas? Maybe it's the gas, right? People tell me in the stream chat, is it because of the gas? Beer bellies always look really hard. I've never touched one, obviously. I've never touched a guy's beer belly, but they look really fucking hard. Like really hard. Like, when you got constipation and your stomach gets hard as well, right? It kind of like, it's really painful. That's why it kind of looks. That's why I always wondered, like, how could you drink to that extent? Because when you got constipation, the last thing you want to do is drink more. Bubbly things, right? You just want to fart. You want to fucking release whatever gas you've got and get that fucking thing done. But yeah, his belly looks somewhat normal now. Somewhat normal. Not like 9 months pregnant.
In this outfit.
Nice.
With this shirt. Feel how soft that is. And I will be running. I'm doing a podcast in New York where I jog, and I'll be wearing their shorts with a great inseam liner. These are awesome, but more importantly, guess what? They took care of my woman.
Aww,
look what they sent Leanne. Either that or they want me to win.
I love it.
It's not it.
Oh, that's nice.
I think that's for you.
Maybe that is for me. Whoa.
So
rich people that can afford everything, right? Rich people that can afford all the clothes, getting sent free clothes, is always funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. Rich people that can actually afford to buy all this stuff, getting sent a bunch of free stuff, is really funny.
They sent you outfits.
They did. I have these pants in black already. I love them.
Viore?
Yeah, I have these exact pants in black. And I have like 3 Viore tracksuits. These are awesome. These are soft, buttery soft.
And we will be posting pictures in this plunge. Hello. Tits McGee will throw this on. I'll throw on my
I'm a little anxious about this
sweatsuit.
one. We'll see.
Viore, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And congratulations on all your massive success. I love seeing you guys blow up. I love that you're old school podcast sponsors. And you guys are killing it. And I'll be flying in this tonight.
One thing about fucking Bert Kreischer, he's gonna grift. He's not gonna say no to he's not gonna say no to some free gear. He never finna say no to some free gear. There, look, he looks way different, isn't it? Yeah, man. He looks way smaller in the face. Even his hats fit him differently. Interesting. Okay, cool. Going back to the video.
Dude,
So Bert Kreischer and alcohol have always had a very close, almost intimate relationship. In fact, if you go back to the beginning of his career and how he became famous, you quickly realize that alcohol is the reason he even has a career in the first place. Back in the early to mid-1990s, Bert Kreischer was a student at Florida State University. This is really where everything starts. He wasn't just a typical college partier, he became known across campus for going all in. We're talking constant drinking, hosting parties, and building a reputation that stood out even at a school already known for its party culture. In 1997, Rolling Stone published an article called The Undergraduate, where they labeled Bert Kreischer the top partier at what was considered the #1 party school in the country.
Yeah, explain that, because this is a crazy story. You didn't say this on the podcast.
Yeah. When I was in 1997, Rolling Stone magazine wrote a 6.5 page article about me, calling me the #1 party animal in the country. This actually gets a little weirder.
Were you doing stand-up back then?
No, just partying. Just had a notorious reputation at Florida State for being like funny, but being a wild party animal.
Like what kind of shit were you doing?
Just fun shit, like fun. I think loudest guy in the room shit. You know, like I remember I used to climb up on this telephone pole outside the bars on Tennessee Street. There would be 500 people out there, and I'd just stand up and I go, "Everyone, shut the f up and listen. If you want to smoke weed, go to my house. And the cops are all sitting there. I have tons of weed.
You know what's really interesting? Like, you know, I talk about Berghain a lot. You know, I DJ. You know, I'm looking to kind of pursue that as a proper thing. You know, going forward, one of my dreams and shit. I like to go clubs and whatnot. I sometimes feel kind of lame talking about that sort of stuff. That's something I've done in my adulthood, right? Something I started doing when I was like, what, in my early 20s or something, right? So I talk about that quite often, and I kind of feel a bit lame. I can't imagine gloating and talking about my college universe, like what high school like heyday of like being a part, like it wouldn't be that much of a part of my personality, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be something I'd be bragging about. Like, what? It's a weird thing to have part of your identity when you're like a fully grown man, because he must have been like what, 30 here, 40, talking about things we were doing in college, like, oh yeah, I was this what, and then making that a huge part, because that's what he is now, right? He's this like he's this frat boy grandpa, right? He's like a frat boomer type of thing. He's never been able to let go of that image of like being the fucking, being the life of the party. I don't know. I just wouldn't be something that I'd be super proud about talking about. I'd kind of want to move past it a little bit if that was me. But maybe everyone's different in that, I guess. But it's a weird thing to kind of still remember so fondly and talk about so enthusiastically. It's like, brother, that was high school. Like, really?
Enough for everybody, and we're all gonna have a blast and get high. If you know where I live, you're invited. If you don't, ask someone. Just no one tell the fucking cops. And you'd have literally 500 people just giggling at the idea that someone was offering them weed in front of a cop's face.
And what did the cops say when you did this?
You're white, nothing.
They laughed too. Like one time
white,
for
exactly.
an election.
Things are different. If you do it as a black person, you might get arrested. You definitely will get arrested. Do it as a white person at college, definitely it's all shits and giggles. It's very, very funny. Do it while you're black. Different story.
I got naked for this election and just shit on a pizza box and won the election.
Of course he did.
Election for what?
For my fraternity, I just got up naked and shit on a pizza box, and then
That's how you won?
And then I won.
Did you wipe?
No, I just shit. I learned one very important lesson. When you go number 2, you also go 1. Because I pissed all over the feet on everyone that was sitting in front of me.
No.
But you can't stop it. When you go 1, you also go 2.
Jesus, dude.
And so I won the election. So like all these stories came out. And then Rolling Stones like
look how different Red Bar looks, bro. Look how young and like Red Bar doesn't have that grey tint on him. Red Bar doesn't look super grey. He actually looks like a regular human being. Crazy.
Let's do an article on him.
Oh my.
More importantly, this exposure helped launch his entire public persona. After college, the Rolling Stone feature led to Hollywood interest, including development deals and even a sitcom concept loosely based on his life. During this phase, his lifestyle didn't really slow down. He was still drinking heavily, still embedded in nightlife, and still leading into that same chaotic energy, just now within the entertainment circles instead of a college campus. All of this eventually led to the Machine story. While studying abroad in Russia during college, Bert and his classmates went on a train trip where they met members of the Russian mafia. He ended up partying heavily with them over multiple days, drinking excessively and gaining a reputation for how much he could drink. He later turned this experience into a stand-up bit, performing it in clubs as part of his live set.
We have Rogan to blame for this, by the way. We have Rogan to blame for this fucking story. Rogan's the one that encouraged him to tell this story. We have Rogan to blame. Rogan's got a lot of blood on his hands when it comes to comedy. Number one, encouraging and endorsing fucking Brendan Schaub and his journey, and also subjecting us to years and years of fucking the Machine story and topless fucking Bert Kreischer on stage. We have fucking Rogan to thank for that.
This is how the story originally spread, through touring and word of mouth, and it became so popular even before it was turned into a stand-up special that audiences were actively asking about it. Even Joe Rogan asked him about the story on his podcast.
So listen, man, last time you were here, there's a story about the Russian mob. We tease these we let these people right now on Twitter, they have been going crazy all day. Do not let Bert Kreischer get out of there without the Russian mob story, man. Okay. Tell us what the happened.
All right.
And of course, in 2016, Bert Kreischer released the comedy special titled The Machine, which became an instant hit, with the story reaching over 50 million views on his YouTube channel. And just like that, Bert Kreischer made a name for himself as a party animal who performs shirtless on stage. So once again, alcohol and Bert Kreischer's successful career appear to be closely linked, which likely reinforced his belief that he was the kind of person who could drink all night and still function the next day. And that might have been true in his younger years, but as time passed, it increasingly became a problem. By September 2017, the first episode of Sober October was introduced on the Joe Rogan Experience, a challenge that actually started because Joe Rogan and the other comedians were concerned that Bert might not make it.
Well, let's talk about what your current drinking status is. So, like, because to get into the approach, can you recap, like, what an average week is like?
Yeah. Okay, first of all, this isn't an intervention. We're all friends, right?
No, right.
Big up 101 Krieger. He must be bad with money, could have bailed and lived easy. Now he's trapped to pay his bills. Who are you talking? Are you talking about Brendan? Or are you talking about Bert? I think Bert's really good for money. I don't think Bert is hurting for money. I think Bert makes a lot of money. Bert's very, 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 very comfortable.
No, we're setting up the bet.
You're allowed to have interventions with your friends, though.
I was very nervous about doing this for that very reason. I was thinking, okay, did I suggest no booze for 90 days because I didn't think you could possibly do it?
You suggested it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. By the way, I'll read the chat thread text because it is funny, and I will say Ari was the best.
Just read it. I want to see how this went down.
How did it go down?
I said 90 days no booze plus a marathon.
Because as a result of
some people though that would request that, and they would be like, "We're partying here."
All right.
Oh, my rule is don't send me shots to stage because I can't not do them. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Or
you can't not do them.
Joe, let's be candid.
Yeah, now you can.
Like people when I go out on the road, that for them that might be their party for the month. And so I get offered so many shots. I think it would blow you away. Like how many Fireball, how many just vodka shots get sent to stage?
What would happen if you left the club just like right after the show and went back to your room?
I don't know.
That's never happened. He's got incredible genetics. Like if you wanted to be an actor,
I don't know. Like I like to party. I like to get on it myself, but it's not that deep, man. Ain't that deep? It's not that deep, bro. Not that deep. It's too much. He does it. It's too much, man. It's too much. It's fucking too much. It's fucking too much. It's something fucking too much. It's too much. He almost makes it not fun. It's like, I don't know. I've always said when it comes to Bert, right, and his drinking thing, I get it if you're like a regular guy working a 9 to 5, busting your ass somewhere in some dead end job, supporting yourself, supporting your family, putting food on your table, putting clothes on your back and shit. I get it. You want to unwind at the end of the night, every night. Like honestly, when I was younger, I used to definitely judge people. I'd be walking to school. I'd be riding my bike to uni. I'd be doing whatever I was doing, running or something, and I'd run past a bar or a pub, like especially at Wetherspoons in the areas I live in London, right? Especially in East London, there's Wetherspoons everywhere. It's like basically a chain. It's like a pub chain, right? There's Wetherspoons everywhere here in the UK. Wetherspoons everywhere here in London, especially in East London. And I'd run past these Wetherspoons, especially when I was running or reading a book or something, and I feel all superior. I'd be looking in the window, seeing some guy sat there when I'm running past at like, I don't know, 9 in the morning. Or sometimes late in the evening on like a random weekday, you see some guy sitting at the pub drinking. You're like, oh, why is he doing that for you? Because you always associate drinking and whatever with the weekends. So you never understood why is somebody drinking a pint in the morning at 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Why is somebody drinking a pint randomly by themselves at 7 p.m. on a fucking Wednesday? But the older you get, you more realize, you know what? When you're working a dead end job and you're just existing and you don't really have many dreams or whatever, you just want to just live a life. Sometimes that drink at the end of the day is actually one of the best things that you're going to have. It's actually going to make your day. It's actually going to make your day. It's going to make your week. It's going to make your month go by way better or whatever. So I get it. I get it. Now I get it. Back then I didn't get it. So if you're a regular guy out there, regular guy or girl, whatever, they or them, enjoy yourself. You need an outlet because you're doing something. Most of your time is taken up doing things you don't want to do. You don't really want to work. You don't really want to work, especially that job. So you just kind of toughen it through. But I never understood a comedian who has the quote unquote dream job. You tell fucking dick jokes on stage very badly, right? You're a very unfunny comedian, but you seem to be very successful and very popular. Very hard to do that, but you're very famous, very popular, very successful, despite not being that funny, not being that good at what you do. You have a huge following. You can basically do whatever the fuck you want to do. You got no boss. You are your own boss. You have a media company. You have shows on Netflix. You can do what the fuck you want. Time is time is at your beck and call. You're not bound by anything. Why are you then getting as drunk as he's getting? Like, the kind of drunk that Bert Kreischer gets is the kind of drunk I expect from a person working a 9 to 5 who wants to fucking black out and forget that they have a job. Numb themselves from the world around them. But for someone like a Bert who has the privilege, who's been given a gift or whatever, who's worked really hard and achieved success and whatever in comedy, or you could do, why are you drinking to that level? Like, what is he really? It must be really unhappy deep down, maybe. Maybe he must be really unhappy deep down. I don't know. Weird.
Athlete. He's an incredible athlete.
Yeah, I think so. If he was like super dedicated to it, yeah.
Yeah, he's just trapped in booze. But it's also made him very rich. So I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, working out.
Like, I love him.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want him to change, but I do. I mean, I want him to be healthy. But like when we first started doing Sober October, it was essentially just because we were worried Bert was going to die.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, he's still here.
I mean, the first one was the weight loss thing.
Blood works perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts.
What's that?
Now, this sober experience was short-lived, and in April 2019, we not only get a new chapter in Bert Kreischer's career with the launch of Two Bears, One Cave, but unsurprisingly, we also get a reminder of Bert Kreischer's indulgent personality with a classic story highlighting his lack of self-restraint.
I woke up and I just felt fat as and I had clothes on. I was like, you know what, I'm going to weigh. I never weigh in with clothes on. I always weigh totally naked. So I'm going to weigh myself, see where I'm at. Cause I'm going to spend these next weeks before we go to Bali. I'm going to spend time losing weight. So I'm fully clothed. I get on and it's 2:58 and I am crushed. I'm like,
yeah, he's even got the booze. He's even got the booze session fucking crackle in his voice, isn't it? He's even got that crackle, that booze crackle in his voice, man. He sounds fucked up. He sounds fucked up.
In my head, I go, let's just get to 260 and start. Like, why piss and moan about 258? And I was on a tear. I had ice cream. I had 2 different types of pasta. I was drinking Tito's.
This
is had a dip.
After you saw 258.
This is after 258. I'm like, F this. I'm drinking beers before the meeting at TBS. We go on a pitch at TBS. We have beers down at Claim Jumpers. I get an app at Claim Jumpers. I'm drinking beers in the meeting at TBS. I had 2 beers in the meeting at TBS.
What?
I had Skittles. I had Reese's Pieces, a peanut butter cup.
You don't have an addictive behavior problem.
Dude, I have a junk.
Big up David Camp. Alcoholism is a habit. Yeah, for sure. One of the hardest ones to break, probably, isn't it? One of the hardest habits and addictions to break, for sure. Big up 101 Krieger. If they were poor, people would be putting them in a care home. True. Big Jews, boner pills. Big up Gammy. Big up everybody on Kick as well. Big up all the Kick people too. Big up everybody on Kick as well tuning in. I appreciate all my Kick viewers. Big up everybody on Kick. Big up everybody on Kick too. I appreciate you.
Junkie's behavior, but a freshman junkie.
Yeah.
I don't like crave drugs, but like just impulse.
And fast forward to more recent
I don't crave drugs, just impulse. Yeah, that makes it better.
times, this approach of having no self-restraint actually led to some serious health problems for Bert. About 2 months ago, while announcing their Two Bears 5K marathon, Bert shared the health scare he had gone through, which was likely caused by years upon years of alcohol abuse.
And I will say this, and I'm backtracking a little bit. I know that you've probably maybe heard me talk about this. When I was in the hospital and I got the blood clot, and they rolled me, and they said, you have a blood clot in your leg. Let's hope it's not in your lungs.
Jesus
But
Christ.
then it's probably not.
Jesus
They
Christ.
said that it's probably not. And when they rolled me
Jesus
from
Christ.
room 4 past 30 rooms to get me to the CAT scan, I looked, and I want you to hear this because it's very important. I looked at everyone, I rolled past, and I went, thank God I'm not them. In my head, thank God I'm not them. And then they put me in the CAT scan, Guy said, "Are you allergic to iodine?" I said, "I don't know." I go, "Is there a way to test it?" And he goes, "Well, no." I said, "What if I am?" He goes, "You go into anaphylactic shock." And I go, well, "Can't you like pinprick my pinky and put a little iodine on it and find out?" And he's like, "No, you're gonna feel a warmness in your throat, and then you're gonna feel like you're pissing your pants. Let's go." Puts me in, arms up, and then they stop the CAT scan halfway through, and he looks at me and he goes, "Are you having a heart attack right now?" And
Jesus Christ!
I don't think I am. And he goes, "Your blood pressure's through the roof. Your heart rate is skyrocketed." He goes, "I think you're having a heart attack. We can't get a clear vision on the CAT scan."
Jesus Christ!
And I start thinking, am I having? And I go, I don't have any symptoms.
Imagine all that. Imagine drinking booze to that extent, bro. Imagine drinking booze to that extent. You're having a heart attack while you're having a CAT scan. Fucking hell.
Other than this warmness in my throat, and I feel like I can see iodine. And then I go, "I know, but I'm having a panic attack." And he goes, "Okay, well, we need you to relax." I go, "That's not going to happen." And then they put me back. They finish it, and the doctor calls, and he's like, "He's not having a heart attack. His heart's clear, but he's got blood clots in his lungs." And the guy just goes, "Yeah, you got blood clots in your lungs."
Jesus Christ!
And I went, and I need you to hear this because we all right now go, "Thank God that's not me." That's what is important about this 5K. Thank God that's not me.
No one. I don't think people do that. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's mostly him. I think that kind of shows about his personality. I don't think most people, when you look at someone going through a health scare, that you immediately say, "Thank God that's not me." You might do it later, but the first thing that you do is that you have empathy for them. You feel bad for them. You know, that's the first thing that you do. If you're in a hospital, especially, you don't immediately think, "Oh, I'm glad that's not me." That's such a weird reaction. I think that's just you, bro. That's such a strange reaction. Oh, thank God that's just not me. That's the first thing you go to. Is bizarre.
You look at people fatter. I did that all the time. I look at people fatter and go, "Oh, thank God that's not me." Yeah. You see, there's a woman I follow who has like a major fupa and cooks breakfast for her kids every morning. And I go, "Oh, thank God that's not me." That's what we all do. And I'll tell you.
Bert following some random woman with a fupa because it makes him feel better about himself is crazy work, isn't it? Admitting you follow some random woman with a crazy fupa to make yourself feel better about yourself is fucking diabolical.
On my ride back on my gurney back to my room, I had a very different perspective. And everyone I looked at, they're not looking at me going, "Thank God that's not me." He was just having a heart attack in the CAT scan, and he's got blood clots in his legs and his lungs.
How do you treat that? What do you have to do?
Blood thinners. And I'll tell you right now, your health is very precious.
Yeah.
And it's a perspective shift you need to have. And stop. I did it. You know I did it. You know my lifestyle. You know that I always said, "Thank God that's not me. I work out every morning. I drink a lot of water. I'm the guy." Until one day, when I was getting rolled back, I saw a guy that looked just like me. Except he had shoes on. That's it. And I gave him a thumbs up, like hoping that we connect, like it's going to be okay. And he looked at me and just shook his head no. And I went, "Oh, man, this is reality right now." I am a guy whose blood pressure, my blood pressure, Tom, obviously with the panic attack and my leg throbbing and a lot of pain, was like 175 over 110. And they're like, "It's because you're in a lot of pain." The pain was insurmountable.
Where was the pain?
In my whole leg. My whole leg, below the blood clot. And it was throbbing like crazy. Like crazy if people go like, "I don't know, maybe I have a blood clot." No, you absolutely go, "I have a blood clot. It's in my leg. It's killing. I still can barely use 2 of my toes." And so
Jesus Christ.
But that's my I'm hoping that if you're thinking about not doing the 5K, you hear this story and you go, "I don't want to be the guy on the gurney that they roll in to the CAT scan. I don't want to be the guy on the gurney. I don't want to be the guy." You know what I thought about is when we brought you in for your arm and your leg.
Yeah.
And they put the cuff on you and they're like, "Blood pressure 120 over 80. It's perfect." I thought, wow, I wish I was that guy, but I'm not. I'm really not.
And because this was quite a serious experience for him, it seems to have really made it sink in that he needed to start taking his health seriously. A couple of weeks later, with a new episode of Two Bears, One Cave, we not only see a more sober Bert, but also a noticeably healthier version of him, having lost over 50 pounds.
And I am in the best shape I've ever been in. I'm in the physically best ever been in. I've never felt lighter on my feet.
Well, maybe because you're one of the lightest you've been in years?
I'm the lightest I've been in, in probably 22 years.
Whoa.
What? Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Wait, how much do you weigh?
I don't talk about weight now. I've changed my digital footprint, Tom. I don't show my workouts. I don't talk about weight. I don't post pictures of how amazing I look. I just do the work, Tom.
Cool. How much do you weigh?
I don't know.
You know.
Let's just say 220s.
You're in your 220s right now.
Yeah.
And you were 270?
275.
So you've lost like over 50 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ, man.
I've never felt lighter on my feet in my entire life. And like the other day,
If it was me, I'd be a little bit embarrassed too. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be a little bit embarrassed. I'd be a little bit embarrassed that I let myself get to that point just from booze and just overindulging and not really watching myself and not really having any type of, chill. I'd be a little bit embarrassed if I was him. I'd be a little bit embarrassed. I'm not going to lie.
we were in Chicago, or no, in DC, and I got out of my bus. I was just staying there for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I ran 5 miles so effortlessly that I was like,
oh, duh.
I was like,
you don't weigh like a tank, do you?
I'm sleeping 10 to 12 hours a night.
10 to 12 hours a night.
Dude, on the road, I'm sleeping aggressively, like an 8th grader. Like,
are you taking something to sleep?
Nope.
And for the first time in his life, it seemed like real progress was being made, and all he needed was a wake-up call to realize it might be a good idea to move away from the machine persona, the guy who can drink vodka all night with the Russian mafia, and start acknowledging that those days are behind him.
Exactly.
He's no longer a 20-year-old who can do all of that without consequences or concern for his health.
Exactly.
Now, if you know
isn't he like 50 plus as well? You're like 50 plus, bro. Like, give it a rest.
anything about Bert Kreischer, you know this isn't the first time he's been down this road. He has quit drinking in the past, but never for long. And it seems that despite this being one of the longest periods in which he has been sober, and despite him looking noticeably healthier, he appears excited to return to his previous lifestyle once again, now that his health issues seem to have improved.
So you're 3 months into sobriety.
Can I tell you the crazy part is I just got blood work back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, don't listen to that.
You've always been perfect.
Dude,
but
don't listen to that blood work.
My liver now is healthier than it's been in years. And I cannot wait to put a fucking dent in it. Dude, all I hear, I cannot wait for it to go, oh, what happened?
Yeah.
I got my numbers back, and they've never been like in the 18s and the 20s. It's always, 36, 45, all right at the top. Boom. I'm like ready to get after it.
It's almost like you can connect these dots.
Blood pressure, Tom,
Perfect.
low.
Really?
I got low blood. They're taking me off meds.
No way.
Wow.
I'm off meds. I'm on it's
Do you
crazy.
realize?
So no part of you goes, I'm going to not drink now?
Like everybody's.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So it seems like in the end, alcoholism won, and Bert Kreischer is willing to risk it all simply so he can have a drink.
Crazy, isn't it? You got kids. His kids went off to uni. They're at that stage in their life as young women where they're probably going to get into relationships. They might start having families, careers, moving. I mean, he's got so much of his kids' lives to like witness still. See them kind of grow into grown-ass women and shit, which they probably are already. Still got some time to spend, valuable time while he's still alive with his wife and shit. Instead of savoring those moments in good health, which you can't buy. Money can't buy good health. Money can't buy time. He's willing to throw all of that away. Who knows? Maybe it's one big troll. I just think once you get blood clots in your lungs, you have to just knock something on the head. If you get a chance to live again after that, you have to just be like, okay, cool. Even if you didn't do the sobriety thing by choice and it's by force, it's due to your health condition, you just have to knock it on the head for the sake of your family. If you're a single guy, cool, run it into the ground. Fuck it, who cares? But if you got a family, surely you want to be there for them. Maybe not when you're Bert. Maybe not when you're Bert. Big up this channel, Roast Wounds. That was actually kind of good. Big up Roast Wounds. I enjoyed that. That was actually decent. Big up fucking Roast Wounds. Big up fucking Roast Wounds.